yogi is honest.
People are scared of him.
The yogi guy, he does this thing called bulldoze politics, where if you're Muslim, he'll give you 24 hours to get out of your house, or he comes with a bulldozer and just tears it down.
Modi has done more for Muslims than he has for Hindus. Hard facts.
When people say facts, how come everyone who says facts is always like doing some kind of propaganda, rewriting history?
Hindus are the 8th class citizens of this country. Where I prove constitutionally.
There's a show called Beard Biceps, a big podcast. I'm actually a big fan of it, but when I see our brothers inching towards nationalism, I just feel like, we got to say something. This is so ridiculous. I mean, so basically he has this guy on who wrote a book called The Hindu is the 8th class of India. Now, if you don't know, the government in India is openly Hindu nationalists, in fact. They want to restore India to this Hindu thing. It's basically fascism, but brown people are doing it, so it doesn't feel... You know what I mean? It technically is fascism by any definition, because they are trying to push towards an ethno state. And they're saying it's out of pride and it's out of whatever, and like the Muslims are too much and this and that. But these are the kinds of policies you're seeing a lot, I think, with the government. But anyway, this is a guy that they have on. This is Beard Biceps, the podcast, and he has this guy on, Anand, and his name is Anand because he writes the most sweet, joyful propagandas. Joyful, loving propaganda. So let's take a look at it.
Do people believe that yogi is honest?
I'll tell you what. Have you watched a horror movie in your life?
Oh, yes.
So often the ghost...
The Shining.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, my God.
The ghost in the horror movie comes at the end usually.
Yes.
Usually.
Yes.
Now, Muslims and Christians in our country are the characters in the horror movie, and Yogi Ji and Amit Shah are the ghosts that are coming at the end. That's how Muslims and Christians in our country view.
Because he's basically saying that, like, it is a very casual chat. The two upper class Hindus being like, okay, so you know how we've been oppressing them for years? Well, there's many in the country saying that that's just the first part. The real nasty people are behind Modi. Modi is the current prime minister.
Yogi Ji and Amit Shah, honestly, at least in urban centers, when you go for parties, there will be lots of non-Hindus very against Modi, and they will use these two folks as poster boys. That's urban perspective. I'm 100% sure outside of the big cities, perspective is different. And
basically saying like, big city liberals. Those big city liberals.
In drawing out this narrative for you, I forgot your question. What did you ask?
No, my question was, do people perceive yogi as honest?
People are scared of him. I can talk for Mumbai.
Right.
And the circles that I roam, people are extremely afraid. Very gangs of Wasseypur vibe.
Mumbai आके bulldozer थोड़ा चलाएगा.
They think that whatever.
See, he's doing a joke about he's like maybe you should bring the bulldozer to Mumbai. I think that's what he said. So basically, this guy Yogi that they're talking about, he's like the real bad guy who's going to come after Modi. This guy Yogi. The yogi guy, he does this thing called bulldoze politics, where if you're Muslim, he'll give you 24 hours to get out of your house, or he comes with a bulldozer and just tears it down. I think it's 2 weeks actually, but
his intensity that he has brought in UP will be the intensity he brings for India as well. And minorities are afraid, and usually in urban centers you hear a lot of the minority angles in house
which
parties.
Which is strange, and I don't know why. I think it's a lot of, sorry to be cynical, a diabolical game that politicians are playing. Because my first instant, the thought is that BJP can very easily, through facts and data, dispel the fear that exists amongst Muslims, not so much against Christians, because, if you give the example of Goa, for example, where there are more BJP Christian MLAs than there is the Christian population of Goa. So BJP is not anti-Christian per se, that perception. But this perception of BJP being anti-Muslim, I have narrated so many times that Modi has done more for Muslims than he has for Hindus. Hard facts.
When people say facts, well, how come everyone who says facts is always like doing some kind of propaganda, rewriting history? That's what this guy is, right? Like, he's basically like a professional propagandist. He's trying to manipulate the data, rewrite it, hide stuff, show you the right stuff, so that it's all just like... And his book, actually, like I said, while India's being run by a Hindu nationalist government, he has a book called the Hindus are the 8th class of India.
I hope this reaches St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. And JNU! No, I'm kidding.
But the funny thing is that people who don't believe in this are not just the Muslim politicians who are propagating all this thing. BJP doesn't want this fallacy to be cleared at all. मैंने ये BJP politician से पूछा, वो कहते हैं आग लगी रहनी चाहिए. Let people believe it because Hindus को ये नहीं लगना चाहिए कि Muslims के लिए ज़्यादा किया है मोदी ने. Honestly, I'm telling you. क्योंकि Hindus के, and this is my next book that is coming out is on this in fact. Hindus are the 8th class citizens of this country. Where I prove constitutionally,
This is, come on, dude. I was telling someone yesterday, great guy, very proud Hindu, and I was like, this guy wrote a book called The Hindus Are the 8th Class of India, and the guy laughed.
legally, through parliament, through society, that Hindus are being actively discriminated against.
So brainwashed.
It is not the Muslims and the Christians who are being constitutionally discriminated against. It is the Hindus.
At data.
Okay, so what he's not telling you is that the Hindus have had a caste system for thousands of years. I mean, by their measurements, thousands of years, and they're basically, there's some policies in place that are trying to re-equalize, because essentially, I think most people who are who became Muslim or Christian in India were the lower caste of India, were the people who were the slaves anyway. So they basically left Hinduism because they got a better life out, they got a better deal outside. And the moral of the story is, you are loved because you are loved. Such is the nature of love and kindness. Okay? So now that I've done my karmas, make sure you do your karmas, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and sign up for meditation. Ascension is upon us, foolish. Sign up for meditation immediately. Ha! Am I still here?